Most men don't know how to compliment a woman in a way that actually triggers deep attraction. They either play it too safe, saying things like, "You're beautiful," or "You have nice eyes." Or they try too hard, throwing out exaggerated praise that sounds forced. Here's the problem. Generic compliments don't make a woman feel special. If she's attractive, she's heard it all before. The usual praise slides right off her like water off a duck's back. Compliments only work if they spark an emotional reaction, if they make her feel something unexpected, raw, and personal. That's where forbidden compliments come in. These are the compliments that go beyond the surface, the ones that hit her on a psychological level, the ones that make her obsess over you long after the conversation ends. They aren't just about her looks. They aren't just about making her feel good. They're about making her crave your presence. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 powerful forbidden compliments, ones that, when used correctly, will make any woman feel a rush of emotions she can't ignore. These aren't your average everyday praises. They're crafted to trigger deep attraction and desire. Let's begin. 1. There's something about you that I can't quite figure out. This compliment isn't just words, it's psychological warfare in the game of attraction. It taps into one of the most powerful forces in a woman's mind, the need to be understood. Most men throw out predictable compliments that are easy to process. "You're gorgeous." "You have a great smile." "You're really fun to be around." Nice? Sure. Memorable? Not at all. But when you tell a woman, "There's something about you that I can't quite figure out," you're doing something completely different. You're placing mystery at the center of the interaction. You're making her question what it is about her that's pulling you in. And here's the genius of it. You're not telling her what makes her special. You're making her prove it to herself. Attraction isn't just about flattery. If that were the case, women would fall for every guy who called them beautiful. But they don't. Instead, they chase the people who make them feel something deeper. This compliment works because it, 1, makes her feel unique. Women don't want to be just another pretty face. They want to feel like they have something rare that sets them apart. 2, creates tension. You're showing interest, but in a way that keeps her guessing. 3, engages her emotions. She'll start analyzing what makes her different in your eyes, which means she's already investing in the interaction. The way you say this matters. If you just throw it out there with no energy, it won't land. The trick is to pause, act like you're genuinely thinking, and let it slip out naturally. For example, you're talking, and she says something interesting. You pause, look at her, and say, "You know, there's something about you I can't quite figure out." You're out together, and she does something unexpected. Instead of just reacting, you lean in slightly and say, "You're not like most people I meet, but I can't figure out why." The moment you say this, watch what happens. She'll get hooked. Her body language will shift, her curiosity will spark, and she'll want to know exactly what you mean. And here's the real trick. Don't explain it right away. Let her wonder. Let her try to prove herself to you. The more you leave unanswered, the more she'll chase that validation. Most compliments close the conversation. If you say, "You have beautiful eyes," she'll just say, "Thanks." And that's the end of it. But this opens a loop in her mind. She won't just brush it off. She'll start analyzing your words, replaying them later, wondering what it is that makes her different in your eyes. And the moment she starts thinking about you when you're not around, that's when attraction turns into obsession. This is how you make a woman feel seen, but not completely understood. Because the second she feels like she's figured you out, the game is over. Use this wisely, because once you drop this line, she'll never see you the same way again. 2. I feel like there's a side of you that most people never get to see. This isn't just a compliment, it's a key that unlocks her mind. Most men try to impress women with shallow flattery. "You're so beautiful." "You're really funny." "I love your vibe." And while these might earn a polite smile, they won't make her feel anything. But this compliment sneaks past her defenses. It makes her stop and think. It makes her wonder, what does he see in me that others don't? And the moment she starts wondering that, you're no longer just some guy. You're the one who understands her in a way no one else does. Women spend their lives being judged on the surface. Their looks, their attitude, their social presence. Everything about them is constantly on display. But deep down, every woman craves one thing, to be understood beyond the image she presents to the world. This compliment hits different because it tells her, 1. She's more than what people see. You're recognizing something deeper than just her appearance or personality. 2. You're not like other guys. You're not just seeing the version of her that everyone else sees. You're seeing something more. 3. She now wants to prove you right. If you suggest she has a hidden side, she'll unconsciously start revealing more of herself to you. This creates a powerful shift in the interaction. Instead of you trying to impress her, she starts wanting to impress you. The key to making this work, it has to feel genuine. If you just throw it out randomly, it won't land. But if you time it right, when she shares something personal, when she opens up, or when she does something unexpected, it will hit her on a deep level. Here's how to say it. She reveals something about her past, something she doesn't usually talk about. You pause for a moment, then say, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see." You're hanging out, and she lets her guard down. Maybe she laughs in a way that feels unfiltered. You smirk and say, "I don't think most people get to see this version of you." She does something completely out of character, and you catch her in the moment. You look at her and say, "This is interesting. I bet people don't realize this about you." The key here is the pause, the slight moment of hesitation before you say it. That moment makes her feel like you're truly noticing something unique about her. Why this works better than a simple compliment. A regular compliment tells a woman something she already knows. She's beautiful, she's heard it, she's funny, so have 100 other guys. But this compliment makes her question what you see in her. And when she starts trying to figure that out, she's already becoming more emotionally invested in you. It plants a seed in her mind, one that makes her want to open up to you more, to show you the parts of herself she hides from the world. And that's what makes her obsessed. 3. I can't decide if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need. This isn't just a compliment, it's a psychological trap. Most guys compliment a woman in a way that puts her in control. "You're so amazing." "I love your energy." "You're the most beautiful girl I've ever met." These statements place her on a pedestal, making her the one who gets to decide whether or not she's interested. But this flips the script entirely. Now she's the one who's uncertain. Now she's the one who has to figure out where she stands with you. And the moment a woman starts questioning whether she's trouble or exactly what you need, she's already hooked. This compliment works because it creates two things women can't resist: intrigue and tension. 1. It makes her feel dangerous and exciting. Women love to feel like they have a certain power over a man, but only if it's a challenge. This compliment suggests that she's unpredictable, that she has the ability to shake up your world, and that makes her want to prove it. 2. It creates a push-pull dynamic. By saying you can't decide, you're showing interest while also keeping a bit of emotional distance. You're not falling for her instantly, you're still figuring her out, and that makes her want to win you over. 3. It sparks curiosity. The moment you say this, she's going to wonder, What does he mean? Why can't he decide? And once she starts thinking about you like that, you're already living rent-free in her mind. This is the exact kind of compliment that leaves her thinking about you long after you've said it. This line works best when there's already a little bit of flirtation and playful tension. It should feel like a natural response to something she's said or done, something that makes her feel unpredictable. Here's how to use it. She teases you, saying something playful or challenging. You smirk, lean in slightly and say, "I can't tell if you're trouble or exactly what I need." She does something bold. Maybe she's teasing the bartender, making a sarcastic remark, or doing something unexpected. You give her a slow look and say, "I feel like you're going to be dangerous for me." She surprises you with an insight you didn't expect. Instead of just nodding, you tilt your head, give her a curious look and say, "I don't know whether to run from you or spend more time figuring you out." The key, your tone. Say it slowly. Let there be a hint of mystery in your voice. Make it sound like you're genuinely intrigued. If you deliver it too quickly, it will sound rehearsed. But if you say it with the right balance of curiosity and challenge, it will make her feel like she's different from every other woman you've met. A typical compliment makes a woman feel good, but this one makes her feel wanted and mysterious at the same time. It forces her into a new frame of mind, one where she's suddenly not the one in control of the interaction. Now she has to wonder, why does he think I'm trouble? Why can't he decide if I'm good for him? What does he mean by this? And the moment she starts wondering about those things, she's chasing your approval instead of the other way around. This is how you flip the script. This is how you make a woman feel curious, excited, and intrigued all at once. And most importantly, this is how you make her want you. Most men make the mistake of using predictable compliments, ones that women hear every single day. But if you really want to make a woman obsess over you, you need to compliment her in a way that makes her feel something unique. These 3 forbidden compliments work because they do something different. They make her feel seen, but not fully understood. They create mystery and intrigue. They make her invest in the conversation, because now she's trying to figure out what you mean. And the best part? These compliments aren't about her looks. They go beyond the surface. They tap into the part of her that craves to be noticed for more than just her beauty. That's why they work. That's why they're so powerful. And that's why, when you use them correctly, you'll never have to chase women again. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Women love to act like they have everything under control. They present themselves as strong, independent, and completely unaffected by men. But the truth? Every woman, no matter how powerful she seems, has hidden weaknesses that can make her completely lose control around the right man. These aren't the obvious things you hear in mainstream dating advice. No, these are the deep psychological triggers that make a woman's walls come crashing down. And most men? They have no idea these weaknesses even exist, because attraction isn't just about looks, money, or status. It's about psychology. And once you learn how to push the right buttons, women won't just want you, they'll need you. 1. The power of a man's touch. There's a reason why a woman can resist a man's words but crumble under his touch. Attraction isn't just mental, it's deeply biological. No matter how independent or strong she claims to be, the moment a man knows how to use touch correctly, she starts losing control. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that physical touch increases oxytocin levels in women, creating a sense of trust, comfort, and, most importantly, desire. That's why a woman can be on the fence about a man, but the moment he lightly touches her lower back as he guides her through a doorway, her thoughts start shifting. It's subtle, it's primal, And it's something most men overlook. It bypasses her logical thinking. A woman might tell herself she's not interested, but a well-placed touch on her wrist, the small of her back or her knee, creates an emotional reaction she can't ignore. It builds tension. The key isn't constant touch, it's sporadic, deliberate, and controlled. When a man knows how to tease her senses, she starts craving more. It creates subconscious attraction. When a man is confident enough to use touch, she starts associating his presence with strength, security, and dominance. Think about the classic bad boy stereotype. He doesn't just sit across from her at dinner, he casually touches her hand as he makes a point. He leans in slightly when he speaks. He brushes her hair away from her face as if it's second nature. Suddenly, she's not just listening to his words, she's feeling him. A woman might swear she's in control, but when a man knows how to use touch, she's already melting. 2. The forbidden effect. If there's one universal truth about attraction, it's this: women want what they can't have. It's why a woman will ignore the guy who showers her with attention, but chase the one who keeps her guessing. It's why she suddenly wants a man more after another woman shows interest. And it's why men who are just out of reach become addictive. Psychologist Robert Cialdini calls this the scarcity principle. The more unavailable something is, the more people desire it. And when it comes to attraction, this principle is lethal. If a man is always available, she takes him for granted. If a man is slightly unpredictable, she starts craving his attention. If she feels like she might lose him, she fights to keep him. By being busy. A man who is always chasing a woman signals that he has nothing better to do. But a man who has a full, interesting life, she respects him more. By being selective. If he treats her like she's just another option instead of a prize, she works harder to prove she's special. By walking away when necessary. The moment a man shows that he's not afraid to leave, she suddenly values him more. 3. Why drama keeps her hooked. Most men assume women want stability, peace, and predictability. While that's true for long-term relationships, there's something else that excites them in the moment: emotional highs and lows. A woman who is too comfortable in a relationship starts to feel bored, and when boredom sets in, she looks elsewhere for excitement. But the men who understand the power of emotional contrast never have this problem. According to psychologists, dopamine spikes happen when emotions fluctuate between highs and lows. That's why women get hooked on unpredictable men. They might not admit it, but the thrill of uncertainty excites them more than routine stability. If a man is too predictable, she starts pulling away. If he keeps her guessing, she can't stop thinking about him. If he creates emotional contrast, she becomes emotionally addicted. Look at the relationships that keep women the most engaged. The guy who disappears for a day, then comes back like nothing happened. The guy who makes her laugh one moment and challenges her the next. The guy who isn't always easy to read. These men aren't playing mind games, they just understand that comfort kills attraction. Famous seduction expert Robert Greene put it best: absence and presence must be carefully balanced. Too much presence and you become predictable. Too much absence and you lose your effect. A woman's emotions dictate her attraction more than her logic ever will, and when a man understands how to create excitement, unpredictability, and contrast, she's hooked. 4. How a man's tone controls her mind. A woman's ears are just as sensitive as her touch. The way a man speaks, the depth of his voice, the way he pauses before delivering a sentence, it all seeps into her subconscious, affecting her on a level she can't even explain. A deep, slow, and controlled voice isn't just attractive, it's commanding. It signals dominance, certainty, and power. And a woman reacts to that instinctively. This isn't just theory. A study from the University of Aberdeen found that women are more attracted to men with lower-pitched voices because they associate them with confidence, authority, and strong genetics. But it's not just the pitch, it's the rhythm. Men who speak too fast sound nervous. Men who speak too slow sound unsure. Men who speak with control pull her in without her even realizing it. Think of a scene in a movie where a man seduces a woman. He doesn't rush. He doesn't blurt things out. He speaks with precision, as if every word is meant to affect her. That's what keeps a woman hooked on a man's voice. And the real secret? It's not just about sounding good. It's about knowing when to stay silent. Sometimes a pause before answering makes her anticipate your words even more. That anticipation, that's where attraction lives. 5. The hidden effect of jealousy. A woman's desire isn't just about attraction, it's about competition. She can like a man, but the moment she sees other women interested in him, that's when her desire intensifies. This is female psychology at its core. Women are wired to want high-value men, and a high-value man is always in demand. It's why celebrities, athletes, and powerful men never struggle with attraction. They don't just have one woman interested, they have many. And that social proof makes them irresistible. A man who is completely focused on one woman might think he's being loyal, but in her mind, he's signaling that he has no other options. No options, no value, but the man who is admired by other women, that's the man she can't stop thinking about. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding psychology. If a woman feels like you're the only one chasing her, she assumes she's in control. But the moment she feels like she might lose you to someone else, that's when she starts chasing you. Women don't just want a great man, they want a man that other women want, and if a man subtly shows that he's in demand, without bragging or being desperate, he will always have the upper hand. 6. The sweet spot of tension. Most men rush. They get too excited, too eager to lock things down. They confess feelings too soon, push for commitment before attraction fully develops, and eliminate all mystery. And nothing kills a woman's desire faster than a man who makes it too easy. Think about it. What makes a movie exciting? The build-up, the tension, the waiting. That's exactly what women crave in attraction. She needs time to wonder, to question, to doubt herself. The moment a man removes that uncertainty, she starts losing interest. This is why men who flirt, tease, and hold back just enough are the ones women become addicted to. They create a chase. They allow the woman to feel like she's earning his attention rather than just receiving it on demand. When a man doesn't rush, when he takes his time building tension, whether it's in conversation, touch, or the speed of the relationship, he activates a woman's deepest weakness, the craving for something she can't fully have. And that's the feeling that keeps her coming back. 7. The fantasy effect. Attraction isn't just about looks. It's about the story a man creates in a woman's mind. Women don't just fall for men. They fall for how those men make them feel when they're not around. The reason women become obsessed with certain men isn't because of money, power, or even looks. It's because those men make them fantasize. They give just enough mystery for a woman's imagination to fill in the gaps. Why do women go crazy over celebrities? It's not because they know them personally. It's because they create an illusion, a sense of intrigue that keeps them hooked. And a regular man can trigger the same effect if he understands one simple rule: don't give her everything too soon. Most men over-explain themselves, answer every question directly, and reveal every thought. They think transparency builds attraction, but the truth? Women are wired to chase what they don't fully understand. If a man keeps a little mystery, a little playfulness, and doesn't let her figure him out too quickly, she keeps thinking about him. A man who makes a woman's mind wander becomes a man she can't forget. And the real power, it's not in what he tells her, it's in what he leaves unsaid. 8. The authority effect. Women may say they want an equal in relationships, but deep down, their biology craves a leader. Not a dictator, not a control freak, a man who makes decisions with confidence. A woman's attraction isn't just emotional, it's primal, and nothing taps into that primal instinct faster than a man who takes charge. It's the reason why women fantasize about dominant men. It's why they test men with small challenges to see if they'll break under pressure. And it's why the moment a man starts seeking her approval, her attraction starts to fade. A strong man doesn't ask, "What do you want to do?" every 5 minutes. He says, "Let's do this." He's decisive, certain, and doesn't hesitate when it's time to act. And women respond to that instinctively. Men who hesitate, who constantly seek validation, who let women dictate every decision, they seem nice, but they don't trigger deep attraction. The moment a woman senses uncertainty in a man, she starts pulling away. But the man who leads with confidence, she trusts him, she respects him, and ultimately, she wants him. 9. The emotional drug. A woman might say she wants a nice, stable, drama-free relationship. But the truth, if a man doesn't make her feel something intense, she won't stick around. Women don't fall for men because they logically decide to. They fall because those men make them feel a roller coaster of emotions. Excitement, jealousy, surprise, uncertainty. It's the ups and downs that create addiction. Just like people get hooked on roller coasters, gambling, or thrill-seeking, women get hooked on men who give them a rush of emotions. A predictable, boring guy? She might appreciate him, but she won't feel drawn to him. The man who teases her 1 minute and pulls away the next. The one who challenges her, surprises her, and keeps her guessing. That's the man she can't get enough of. A woman's heart follows where her emotions lead, and the man who understands how to keep her emotionally engaged will always have her attention. 10. The submissive trigger. Despite modern independence, most women still crave a man who makes them feel protected. They don't just want to be with a man, they want to feel like they belong to him. This isn't about control. It's not about being possessive. It's about a deep psychological need for dominance and security. Women love to feel feminine, but they can only fully embrace that side of themselves when they're with a man who is masculine enough to handle it. When a man exudes power through his body language, his tone, his mindset, a woman feels safe surrendering to him, and in that surrender she finds her deepest attraction. A weak man can't trigger this. If he seems nervous, unsure, or apologetic, she can't fall into her feminine nature. But the man who knows his worth, sets boundaries, and confidently leads, she melts, and the best part, she won't even understand why. She'll just feel it. Now that you know what most men don't, it's up to you to use this knowledge. Be the man that stands out, the man that gets inside her head. If you want more insights like this, don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Guide. Stay sharp, stay aware, and always stay ahead. Until next time.